Hey everybody, One Wisdom here, 3:32 a.m. Wednesday, May 7, 2014. I am really tired. We've fully upgraded Scorp now at this point in time, kind of a continuation of the Earth Day extravaganza, factoring in the caveat that I was extremely busy the past week to 10 days. What I've done here, Slobber Tooth, kind of difficult to document, at least in my opinion. So what I kind of did is went in behind the scenes, tried to save us a little bit of time here. His horn swipe is his primary attack, 35 to 53 damage there. Just take my word on the critical hit. Sometimes it takes like a minute or two for those numbers to pop up. Chomp and Chuck is his secondary attack, and it is actually the complex one now. Initially, when we press the button, you're going to see 40 damage. Let's go ahead. I'm not seeing a critical number, but I was more concerned with showcasing things I couldn't see. If there is a critical number, you can tell it is extremely unlikely you'll see it. I may actually explore that a little bit more with Dark Slobber Tooth prior to recording the base upgrades there. What I can tell you though, again, I'm kind of documenting this in my spreadsheet as I go to save me time. Chomp and Chuck, basically the way it's going to work out, you've got 40 on the Chomp. When you then, after you chomp and do the 40 damage, you'll have an enemy in your mouth. If you hold the enemy for 10 seconds, you will swallow it. That is his personal quest, to swallow 25 enemies. Easily doable throughout story mode or just in your first solo survival arena. They will give you like 30 or more health. I should probably investigate that. I let him get his health down to 480. At the time he maxed out at 510, and when I swallowed the enemy it was plus 30, so I know it's good for at least plus 30. Again, I may investigate this further. When you spit it out, it seemed I never really saw anything higher than 15. However, the 15 had a really nice radius and range to it, both. Again, range and radius, which you don't often see. So pretty consistent numbers. I'm sure there are critical ones in there. At this point in time, I don't have those. I did take care of his quest there, but what we want to focus on right now is just his base upgrades. So, I forgot I'd left this area. The good news is the camera angle should be not the worst. So we're gonna come in here. Again, I'll go through with Dark Slobber Tooth and try to double check everything there, see if I can ever get critical numbers. His first purchased upgrade is called Unstoppable Force. Bear in mind, all my prices are actually with a 36% discount from the 18 Wing Sapphires. This would cost 500. I'm paying 320 for it. Hold Y to charge forward a short distance with a powerful headbutt. So this might be, you know, like the Boulder Dash. Was sort of like Scorp's speed move, if you will. This probably is going to be the same thing with Slobber Tooth here. It's just tied in with the horn swipe. So let's go ahead and buy that and we'll see what it does. You know what? We can get quite a few here. Actually, I think we could buy all of his base upgrades. Tough Hide is next. Gain bonus armor, skin as tough as nails, and rocks mixed together, which is pretty strong. 448. We'll go ahead and pick that up. Box stock. He was sitting at 30, which is fairly high. But again, I mean, he does kind of give off the vibe. He'd be a guy that would have a lot of armor, you know. Up next, very cool. I'm looking forward to this one. It is his tertiary attack, very Bash-esque, if you will. That's kind of a strange word, but Bash-esque, we'll roll with it. Press attack 3, or your X button here on the Wii U, that's tertiary attack, to do a tail slam on the ground, damaging all enemies nearby. So we'll go ahead and buy that. This is working out brilliantly well for time savings here. And finally, the last base upgrade is called Loogie. Press attack 2 after holding an enemy with a chomp attack to spit them out and deal increased damage. So I can't really showcase that in here. I would have to actually go to an arena, which we may do, but 15 is kind of what we'll stick with, that we'll be building up from. So 768 is the price with the discount. We'll grab that. Now we just have to remember everything we just got, which luckily, since I'll be repeating it a lot to enter it in my spreadsheet, shouldn't be too big of a deal. Right here, you can go ahead and pick a path if you're wanting to come in, see the base upgrades, then make your determination, which is what I do, just back out right now. With the new landers, if you select a path, you are stuck with it unless you reset. If you like it and then you find out that you like the other path as well, you either have to reset or pick up a second character. In the case of Slobber Tooth, hopefully you took my advice way back in the day, pre-ordered yourself the Dark Edition starter pack, and you will have access to your second Slobber Tooth in that manner. So that's what I did. I've kind of mapped this thing out. I'm not sure that Food Fighter wouldn't actually turn out to be the better path, but I think I want my Dark Slobber Tooth down Seismic Tail. It's kind of like the more aggressive, character-fitting one, if you will, in my opinion. So, not sure, these base upgrades may change my mind, but that's what I'm going to go with right now. So, that said, we will worry about that later. I'm just kind of briefing you ahead of time. Now we just have to remember everything we did. Okay, I'm on the Wii U, and wow, his armor, that was a plus 40, score point from 18 to 58. Slobber Tooth went from 30 to 70. That's a really high number here in Swap Force. So Tough Hide, I'm going to document that, plus, 40 armor, 30 to 70. And thank you, Microsoft. Okay, so I'm going to have to reword that to armor plus 40, because otherwise it assumes it's a formula, even though it's not. It's really annoying. So there you go. Now you know the pains of doing things with a spreadsheet. I guess we'll do them in order, so we'll check out Hornswipe. It was dealing 35 to 53. We're still right up close. Now let's kind of step back a little bit and see. Okay, it says press attack 1. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it does say hold, so I was going to say that was a mistake on there. So I'm going to hold attack 1, 15, 15, 15, and I think it's going to end on a 50. So 2 15s and a 50 is probably going to be the standard fold. There's probably a critical number, it's just a question of will we ever see it. Kind of a cool deal. I mean, if you're like gonna run headstrong into enemies, like you hear people say that all the time, like run headstrong into enemies. This is literally running headstrong into enemies now. That was a 75, so we know that the 50 can become 75. The 35 is just standard. So 15, 15, 50 to 75, we just need a critical front number here, and it's probably going to take a small journey to see it, which is sad. I mean, I've really debated this because, I want it to be thorough and, as perfect of a spreadsheet and documentation as it can be, but in all honesty, some of this stuff, the critical numbers are so rare, I am about willing to just, run with whatever is most common. That said, I think I was seeing the 23. I've seen it twice now. I may just put that and assume it's correct. I can always come in and on the post I can make asterisks at the bottom if I have to. But bottom line, I mean, I could keep you here all night, and I've done it several times, and it kind of bothers me. That's not what my goal was here. So I'm going to do 15 to 23 x2, and then 50 to 75 on the lift. I don't know if that'll make sense to you, but I think you'll know what I'm talking about. So essentially we're going to come in here, charge, 1 hit, 2 hit, and then like a lift. So here's what I'm referring to. 1, 2, and up. Yeah, we saw the 23 there. So 15 to 23 on the initial hits, and then 50 to 75. Shockwave, we need to hit the X button to do a tail slime, damaging all enemies nearby. Let's come over here and check the radius first. Pretty awesome. That's a killer radius. I am holding the X button. I was hoping there'd be like a glitch and we could do that too, but that's a very, very nice radius. So let's come in here to the middle guy. There's a chance we could damage all 5 dummies. We got 2, at least. Trying to position where I can get 3 of them. Wow, 60. So it's probably going to be a 40 to 60. Pretty good range. I do feel like we could get 3 of these guys if we just had like a proper position. Anyway, we'll go 40 to 60 and pretty good radius, I guess I'll call it. So maybe we can get these 3. We got 2 of them. 2. So you could probably find a sweet spot there, but what we're going to call it 40 to 60 with nice radius. So there you go. Now Loogie is one of those ones I literally will have to go to the arena to check out. We're going to use a secondary attack, hold it, spit it, deal increased damage. Let me check our time here. 11 minutes in. You know, I guess we'll do it. I really hate, I hate taking the extra time here in the video. I don't mind if I take the extra time, but I think this chest was earth, so we'll go ahead. He doesn't need it, but we'll let him have it. Price to fully upgrade a new lander is what, 9,188? No, I'm sorry, 9,088. I kind of remembered it. But nonetheless, it's a bad habit here. You had the money to begin with, we've insured it there. So let's just real quick come over here, level select, solo survival, super hungry gobblepods. Yes, and here we go. Again, this is the only way that I can really document this stuff for you. Now, when I do food fighter path, we're probably gonna have to come back here as well. So. Which again, I think I'm gonna let this guy go down Food Fighter, but that's a cool path name, kind of reminiscent of Foo Fighters. Looking at this guy, save me, and
super hungry gobble pods. Survival ready.
Okay, now I'm not really concerned about taking damage here. I just kind of want to investigate. Actually, the first thing I'm gonna do is let Chompies rush me. I am curious if the shockwave will actually throw them up in the air or not. So. Here we go. No, but it's pretty awesome. It's almost like a fly swatter with this guy. So, anyway, we're gonna eat this guy. Actually, we're not. We're gonna spit it. Huh? What was that supposed to do? Spit them out and deal increased damage. I don't know about that because I was doing 15 prior to this. I did buy that, didn't I? I'm like doing something dumb like that.
No barking all bite.
Now, did I see a 75? I think I did. Good luck documenting this, but and you can see the radius here at least. I guess that's one of the cool things. Yeah, so I'm seeing like a freak 75 from time to time. It's a pretty cool attack, too. Let me get one I can spit at the other. Yeah, so, that 75... How did that 75 not kill that guy? Let me pause this. And, it was weird there because I was looking at the computer and it wasn't paused there because it's got a lag. Loogie, we're still going to call it, 15. Good range and radius. 75. So there was probably some number that I didn't pay attention to, which again, the good news, I've got Dark Slobber Tooth. I'll figure that out now that I know what to expect. Anything else we can check out in here? Not really. What I'll do though, since I am here and it is a base upgrade, tied in, I'm gonna go ahead and take some major damage here, hopefully. Keep it coming. Okay, I want to get down fairly low. It's gonna take longer than I thought. Okay. Please, I wish one of those big guys would hit me. That's pathetic. Look at this. The little Greeble guy does 13 damage with his cutlass, and Mr. I'm Behind Shields does 12 with this mega charge launch. What a poser. Anyway, I need to eat this guy, the Greeble. I've got the Greeble. I'm going to run around. If you count it home, it'll be 10 seconds. I can't get the XP, but we're at 320, so let's see how much health we get. 355, so plus 35, I guess I can call that. We'll probably run with that. And there's really no point in being in here, so we'll do a few seismic tails, just gonna check those out. Was that 60 on the loogie, or was that from the seismic tail? Ooh, that was, yeah,
bonus stage. Catch.
Let me see here. Yeah, no? Huh. I think what I will do is actually call Chomp and Chuck 40 to 60 on the Chomp. So again, what I will do, you know, if some of these numbers are incorrect, I'll research it in thorough detail with Dark Slobber Tooth prior to recording anything to save you from having to see this. But I feel like we've covered it pretty well here. Hornswipe 35 to 53, Chomp and Chuck 40 to 60 on Chomp, 10 seconds to swallow, and then 15 damage when you spit out. There's probably some number like 35 or 50 when the enemies are hit. Unstoppable Force as sort of the charge attack, 15 to 23, 50 to 75 on the lift up. Tough Hide plus 40 armor, Shockwave 40 to 60. I kind of think it looks cool and has a good range. And then Loogie 15, still got the great range and radius, ends with a 75. So I'll roll with that for now. So you know, in fact, I'll just end it here, and then I'll off camera get back to Woodborough for you. And I think we'll go ahead and probably take him down, Food Fighter. Press attack 2 to eat enemies. Enemies being eaten will give more health back over a short time. Hold attack 2. So I will probably buy the entire Food Fighter path, and then come in to this same arena challenge and check it out. So that'll be the plan there. And then I think I'll take Dark Slobber Tooth down Seismic Tail. I just think I think Food Fighter might actually be the better path. This is just one of those cases. Dark Slobber Tooth, to me, that would like fit in better with the Seismic Tail, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to run with. That said, I should quit rambling here on this end. And like I said, Food Fighter will come back for that one, and I'll just literally buy all three and then come into the arena challenge. I think that'll be the best way to do it. So as always, thanks for watching. That link at the top of the video description box is your friend. It takes you to a post dedicated to nothing other than Slobber Tooth. You will see Slobber Tooth Base Upgrades. You will see Dark Slobber Tooth Base Upgrades. Then you'll see Slobber Tooth down Food Fighter, Dark Slobber Tooth down Seismic Tail, both complete with the Soul Gem. You'll also see my handy dandy spreadsheet, which I've referred to so many times here in this video. And the spreadsheet on its own should make sense to you, give you a quick overall evaluation of the character and the paths. However, it's one of those things, if you are confused, the video will clarify it for you, and I think you can kind of pick up on my lingo or what I say. So we'll run with that. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching, and we are coming right back for some Foo Fighter.